Hello, and welcome to MCUnhinged, or MCUnhinged if you're nasty. I'm your host, Tyler Rems, and with me as always is Shawn in Shibuya. How's it going?
It's going.
There was some. Oh fuck! Hang on, hold on.
You
let
good?
Let me do another reading.
I'm
Let me do another
Speaking
reading.
of going, Shawn is about to leave us.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Oh, as I fucking raise into the heavens. No, I'm not going there.
This is why I cleared my throat.
You had some energy there on the intro. You know, you hyped yourself up, and I felt it. You know.
I didn't. I feel like I said it the same way I always
No,
do.
there was a little more energy there at the beginning.
I don't know. See, once we catch up, we'll just do like a supercut of all my hellos and see how see what the fluctuation is.
That sounds amazing. And
But-
when they're all the same, Shawn gets to pay us each $20.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't. But I do think it'd be funny if you just recorded a new one of you saying hello, and you just played that over and over again. And you just
What if you did the lead up and you cleared your throat and then you inserted a pre-recorded clip
Yeah.
of you doing it
yeah.
and then see if anybody notices?
Yeah.
That'd be a funny bit, actually.
What if you just inserted a pre-recorded? Just every line you have in the podcast is like different. I don't know. You recorded
Like it's
before we
stitched
record.
together.
Yeah.
Oh my god, a fucking ad-lib podcast where like you know what'd be funny though? Would be funnier than that? If one of us is gone for a week, we record our thoughts into like an hour and something long audio track, and then our co-hosts have to ad-lib and work around it like an improv session or some shit.
That sounds like
that actually happened on
Yeah.
an episode of Overpowered, my other podcast with Corn, where we're talking about anime.
Fuck yeah.
Where her audio messed up at some point.
Oh no.
And so instead of having us just redo the whole podcast, she just basically just reacted to what I said and pretended like it was like she was there.
That's fucking awesome.
And she even like edited it too. I was like, what the fuck? You're gonna okay.
Wow.
I can't.
The dedication.
I can't think about corrupted audio right now. It hurts too bad.
Oh god, yeah, that's
I just lost the last 3 episodes of the season of Speak the Words because the audio got fucked up.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
That's
it
unfortunate.
really sucks. It was like 7 hours total
Oh god.
of shit. Yeah. Anyways, Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Let's talk about Captain America and the Winter Soldier. This is a movie that exists.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a really fucking good movie that exists.
Tyler
God
came in
damn.
with the facts as always.
It slaps so fucking hard the entire time.
So I'm gonna tell you a little bit of an embarrassing secret.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so when I was watching the MCU into the lead up of Endgame,
Wait, I think I
was,
know.
you know,
I know this.
so I was watching all the movies, but this is one I skipped. I skipped this one and I skipped Dark World. I skipped Dark World because I was like, people say that one's bad, so I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay.
And then I skipped this one because I was like, well, I've already seen Civil War at this point,
Oh my god.
so like, I kind of know where we lead to. So I
Oh,
don't really need to see
fuck.
this one.
Yeah.
That's
Every
kind of
time.
funny, kind of tragic. It's hard to put words to the feelings I'm feeling hearing that.
Yeah. That's how
And
I felt
so-
every time he's brought this up.
And so after I caught up, I would be like, well, I'm get these 2 I haven't seen, but I'll just save them for a rainy day. So one day, I don't know what happened, but I was like, I'll watch Dark World. I'll just watch Dark World on a whim. Dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We talked about that last week.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
then I waited like maybe 6 more months. I was like, I think I'll finally watch Winter Soldier. And then I watched it. I was like, oh fuck, that was a really good movie. Shit, I really,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
really
but
missing out.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a great fucking movie.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to spoil what I have in store.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll spoil what I have in store. I fucking love this movie.
Well, yeah, you're the Cap fanboy. This is obvious.
Yeah. No, that's true. You're right.
You're just
You're
on
right.
brand right now.
I am on brand. But this movie made me a Cap fanboy. I did not like Captain America until this movie came out.
That's entirely understandable.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Does it?
So yeah, it does.
Okay, can you explain?
With who you are as a person, it makes a lot of sense.
Keep going.
Wow.
So, Captain America: The Winter Soldier came out in 2014 at a runtime of 2 hours and 16 minutes. Directed by Anthony and Joe Russo,
Woo!
aka the Russo brothers.
Woo!
Yeah.
Written by Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely.
Okay. You had some stinkers with Dark World, but you brought it back with this one.
They did bring it back.
You brought it back.
Yeah.
It has a budget of $170 million and has a box office of $717,421,503 with a 36.4 domestic and 63.6 international split. It has a Rotten Tomatoes of 90 for critics and 92 for audiences.
Man, I kind of would have thought it'd be higher for critics.
It has an IMDb of 7.8 out of 10
Really?
and a Google score of 85%.
I'm really surprised by that, actually.
I'm shocked Google didn't put it up at 96 or something.
Yeah.
Nope, you know them. They're in that 80 range.
I'm really...
You know what? True.
That's hometown.
True. It all averages into 80.
Like, Endgame has a 94% with critics, and I would have thought that critics would like this movie more than Endgame.
Yeah, I would think so too, but like,
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Yeah.
Maybe because at that point it was like the culmination of all this shit, so they were like, yeah it sure is the culmination. It's pretty good with the fan
There
service.
sure is a lot of these.
It sure is the end of the game, boys.
Yeah.
So, should we just hop into the movie? Should we just hop into the plot?
I'm ready, dude.
I'm good with that, yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Jump in if you got something to say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got stuff to say.
On your left.
So,
Down your left. Okay.
Yeah.
Immediately. This movie has like the most iconic opening in the entire MCU. Like, it's up there
I
with like
would
Infinity
argue that,
War.
but it's up there.
It's up there. Yeah.
pretty up there.
No, it's I wouldn't say that it's the most iconic, but it's up there with like Infinity War on the Asgardian ship and all that. But like, even when you think about this line comes back, like there are two major lines that come back in pivotal moments in Avengers Endgame. For Tony Stark, it's "I am Iron Man," and for Captain America, it's "On your left." It's one of the like most iconic openings and one of the most iconic lines in the whole series.
It's very good. Also for the listeners at home, in this Discord call, we were both on Tyler's left. This is the joke.
Yo!
When I said on your left, I meant it.
On your left.
So we open in Washington, D.C., where Sam Wilson, played by Anthony Mackie,
Woo!
Hell yeah.
is taking an early morning jog. Now, if you're like me, right, Anthony Mackie, you're like, where do I know him from, right? I remember him as like the main antagonist of 8 Mile with Eminem.
Really?
Oh my fucking god, is he?
That's him. It's Anthony Mackie.
Man.
And I thought about performing the entire rap against him, but I'm not going to do it for your ears. I could, though. Just know that I could.
He was also in Real Steel.
He was in Real Steel with Hugh Jackman.
That's where I would know him from. God, okay. Shit.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
I don't think
That's funny.
anyone's ever watched that one.
That's funny.
So he's taking an early morning jog when Steve Rogers runs past him on your left, passes him again and again every time he says it. And the last time we see him say it, Sam's like, "Don't say it! Don't you say it!"
This is like bullying, right? Like,
It's a little bit of bullying and a little bit of poking fun.
yeah.
Just a little fun fact. I'm looking at Anthony Mackie's Wikipedia, and apparently in 2002, he was an understudy for Don Cheadle in a play.
Oh, that's funny.
What the
Wow.
fuck are the odds?
So Sam goes to sit by a tree when Steve walks up and teases him a little bit. Sam's really funny. Like immediately.
Immediately.
He goes, "You should take another lap." Did you just take it? I assume you just took it. And, you know, this is a funny scene, but Chris Evans, he is wearing the fuck out of this
Yeah,
shirt.
dude. Yeah, dude.
He sure
yeah,
is.
dude. I feel like this is the movie where they realized that Chris Evans is one of the most attractive like white men on the planet, and
Yeah.
they really went for it. Like every
he looks kinda
scene
like-
after this, it's like the shirt is about to break.
Like he looks
know?
kind of like a douchebag, but I'm like, damn,
You're
ruin
like-
my life.
yeah.
You know?
He's the kind of douchebag that you would allow to ruin your life. Because, like, yeah, are you seeing... You know the tree trunk in... For anybody who's seen Age of Ultron, if you know the tree trunk in
Yeah.
Age of
Oh, yeah.
Ultron,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
about to do that to his shirt just with his
Yeah,
tits.
yeah, yeah.
That is
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
about to happen at every given moment.
Whenever anybody brings up Captain America, the first thing I
He's-
think of is the tree trunk
The-
scene
yeah,
in Age of
the
Ultron.
pulling
Well,
the
in the
wood
second,
apart.
the second thing you think of is the helicopter and Civil
Oh,
War.
dude.
Oh, that's true!
Oh,
Fuck,
Yeah.
I forgot about the copter.
yeah. Yep. Man, I
Just
can't
him
wait.
holding my sanity together.
Dude, I just can't wait for us to get to Civil War where I can just thirst over every single person in that
I
movie.
can't wait to rewatch Civil War for the first time in years because I know how that's gonna go and it's gonna be wild.
Yeah. So Sam Wilson, he's part of the he was with the 50th Pararescue, but now he's working down at the VA. Sam says it must be hard for Steve to adjust after coming off the ice. Ask him if his bed's too soft. Sam says that Steve must miss the good old days, but Steve says that the food is better, there's no polio, internet, really helpful.
Yeah.
And Sam adds Marvin Gaye's Trouble Man soundtrack from 1972 to the list. And obviously, like the first like 5 or 6 entries on that list changes depending on where you're watching that movie at.
Yeah, there's like 2 versions.
There's more than
Oh,
two.
is there more than 2?
There's
I thought
more
there was
than
2.
2. There
Okay.
are a lot.
Yeah.
Like they made it region exclusive, that list.
Yeah. You had to trade online to get the other lists. Little Pokemon joke for you guys out there. So, Steve gets a message from Shield, the Shield SecCom, to meet at the curb and get picked up by Black Widow. She's back.
Yo.
All right, Sam, duty calls.
I love the
Hmm?
text that she sends him has just a little smiley face in it.
Yeah, at the end.
I feel like this movie as well does a lot to characterize how Nat is going to be played for the rest of the MCU pretty much.
I'll
Yeah.
also be real with you. I think this is the best that Nat has ever been in the MCU as a whole. I think this movie
That's
is
probably
peak
true.
Yeah.
Natasha.
You're probably right.
So, all right, Sam, duty calls. Thanks for the run. That's what you want to call running. Oh, is that how it is? So now we're at the Indian Ocean in an aircraft. Cap Widow and some soldier dudes, the strike team, are being briefed by Brock Rumlow
Brock Rumlow, dude.
for their mission. They need to retake the Lemurian Star, which is being held captive by pirates who want $1.5 billion.
A surprising amount of characters from this opening sequence will come back later
Yeah.
in the MCU.
Yeah, it's shocking.
So Cap says that he's pretty tired of being Fury's janitor. But we learn there are 25 mercs in total, led by George Batroc, aka Batroc the Leaper, played by George St.
Can't
Pierre.
believe
He's a
his
May
name is
fighter.
the Leaper. I can't. I mean, I can, but I can't. God, the Leaper.
I'm not super familiar with this comic character, and he is wearing the colors. But the only thing I actually know him from is the Gwenpool comics, which I read a couple of. He was pretty funny there, I guess.
The Leaper.
That's good, at least.
He's ex-DGSE, Action Division, top of Interpol's Red Notice, 36 kill missions, and a rep for Maximum Casualties. The only notable hostage on this ship is Jasper Sitwell.
Fucking
returning from-
Shitwell, let's go!
Returning from Thor and Avengers.
And also appearing on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a couple times.
Yep.
We don't talk about that.
This movie
Well,
starts
hey.
off the best, not the best season.
We don't talk about Sitwell. Let's
Not the
move on.
look. All I'm saying is that as soon as the Hydra shit started happening in the movies, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got way better.
Not shocking. It's like it's I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna save it in my note until we actually get
I'm
there.
gonna be honest, Shawn.
Yeah.
whatever you just said, I didn't hear it.
Cool.
Like I literally blocked it out.
Yeah.
I was too busy thinking about how to turn "We don't talk about Sit Well" into a "We don't talk about Bruno" bit.
I'm glad
but
you
I can do it.
understood. That was what I was going for.
So Cap sets the plan out, and they move into action. Cap and Nat have like a little fun conversation about his weekend. Tries to get him to ask out Kristen, but he says nah before leaping out of a plane without a parachute.
What a badass.
Cap sneaks onto the ship and starts taking out guys with his loud ass shield. But I'll let it slide because the strike suit is my favorite Cap suit.
It looks really good.
I don't blame you. It's really good.
I also just really think that this scene is like, I feel like there are MCU movies that you go to watch and you're like, okay, they just raised the bar on the action sequences, right? I think like Shang-Chi is one of those movies where it's like after that it's like, okay, you can't go much worse than this after you've given this to us, right? And I think back in 2014 this movie was one of those where like you see the scene of Cap taking out the entire boat like without like stopping, and it's like, okay, we can't go back to like Thor 1 action sequences after this has happened. You know, I feel like there are certain movies in the MCU where it demands that anything that follows raises the bar on their action sequences, and this is one of them.
The only negative points I'll give him is at one point he does a roll when he doesn't have to, but you know.
It's cool though. It was cool though.
He gets held at gunpoint before Rumlow takes him out, and Nat is still trying to get him a date. She's still asking about candidates.
Dude, Rumlow is really cool. We're a good. He saved Captain America. He's our friend.
That's true. He's such a cool guy.
Dude, I bet he's gonna be a great supporting character for the rest of the MCU.
Bro, he's gonna be a homie.
Yeah, one of his best friends for the whole thing.
I can't wait till he returns in Civil War and him and Cap are side by side.
Yeah, side by side, fighting evil.
They sure will be together on that screen.
Nat stops the guy from starting the engines, and the men in the room with the hostages are starting to get antsy. Lots of infiltration stuff happens. You know, it's action scene. I'm not gonna describe everything.
Yeah.
Right.
But you could.
Cap begins. I could. But Cap begins to chase Batroc, and they get into a fight. You know, I thought you were more than just a shield.
En revoir.
Let's see. And then Cap beats him up because, hey, he's still super.
It's still cheating. Henry Jackman's score during this entire thing as well, by the way, very, very good. This movie has a very, very good score.
Is he related to Hugh?
He might be. Who knows? Who can say, really? You know?
The internet. Very easily, if you do your research.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that anybody could really know about that, you know? Henry Jackman also did the Big Hero 6 soundtrack.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But unfortunately, also did that weird fucking Ryan Gosling movie that just came out.
Don't Worry, Baby?
No, that's Harry Styles. No, the the fucking Gray Man. But
the movie weird?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but Henry Jackman works a lot with the Russo brothers. So he did the score for this movie. He did the score for Civil War, and then he went on to also do the score for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
So the fight ends. Cap basically tackles Batroc into this room, and Nat's in there, and she's downloading Shield intel because it's a good habit to get into. Cap is mad that she wasn't helping with the hostages. And here's where I noticed that I really like Nat with the long hair.
Oh, okay. I'll check out your Twitter later.
Batroc gets up and tosses a grenade, and they avoid it, and he gets away. At the Triskelion Shield HQ.
First of all, Steve, the Triskelion is so cool. The Triskelion is so cool. They go there in a couple episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Anyways, yeah, go on.
You gotta stop talking about S.H.I.E.L.D.
It's so relevant to this movie, particularly.
So Steve is yelling at Fury for not telling the whole truth. You know, last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye. It's very funny nowadays to think about that.
Shout
out to the boy Goose.
It's
Fury takes.
God. I'm sorry. I just remember when Captain Marvel came out and everybody was coming back to this movie and this line and just going, "He was talking about a cat." And it is still the funniest shit to think about, because I remember when I watched Winter Soldier in a theater and we heard this line and everyone was like, "Oh fuck, Nick Fury backstory maybe, let's go." And then it's a fucking cat. Anyway,
Don't trust anyone, not even the alien cat.
I wrote down as well during this scene, just this is probably my favorite Sam Jackson in the MCU role. Like, I think this is my favorite performance of his in this movie. And I was watching this movie, and whenever he's on screen, I'm like, man, I can't wait for Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so pumped.
So Fury takes Cap to the Insight Bay to tell him about Project Insight. He tells a story of his grandfather,
Oh, what a good
who
scene.
would walk home every day with his tips in his lunch bag, but as the neighborhood got rougher, people would ask what's in his bag. You know, people also wouldn't say hi.
What'd he say?
But he showed him what's in the bag, and there's money in there for sure. The rolled up ones and tips. There's also a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Granddad loved people, but he didn't trust them very much.
What a good fucking line.
Yeah.
And also, this is a story of Samuel L. Jackson's real grandfather.
Oh,
that he told.
I didn't know that.
I think I remember this being like really talked about at the time.
So, you know, if you see him, just watch out.
Also, Project Insight is actually terrifying. I don't think that for some reason, like, I don't know. Like, I always knew, like, yeah, this is a fucking terrifying idea. This is horrible. But something about this time in particular where I was just like, man, they really did this. They just
It's
went
something
for
about
it.
the past 10 years that has made
You know?
this even more horrifyingly real. It's fucked up.
It's just like, they're really just like, yeah, we're going to put
Now
these
you gotta
helicarriers.
give your phone number to Overwatch. your computer can tell you, like, what the weather is in your area.
By the way,
like,
guys,
shit's just like...
it's 65 degrees and cloudy today. Don't know why my computer knows that, but it does.
Yeah, I'm on a call talking with friends and we talk about how Chili sucks fat fucking dick, and then my next YouTube ad is for Chili's.
Yeah.
It's fucking sucks. They're always listening.
You're right. That is as bad, maybe worse than Project Insight.
Don't trust anyone, not even your Alexa.
That's why when I go over to my mom's house around Christmas time, I just whisper to her Alexa things that I want.
Okay, your mom's Alexa fucking rocks.
So
I'm envisioning Tyler walking into the room, looking around to make sure nobody's there, and then just getting really close and being like, movies or something. I don't like. He's just like,
buy me a cheeseburger.
he's just like body pillows.
Danganronpa anime waifus.
Goth girlfriend.
Oh, if only, dude. If only Alexa could do that.
Chris Evans did reveal.
So we see 3 new models of the helicarriers for Project Insight. They're synced to a targeting satellite.
Salantite?
I was also,
Like the Pokemon.
Yo,
I was also
landed the
thinking
Pokemon?
Yeah. Yeah. And once they've been launched in the air, they never need to come down. They have long-range precision guns that can eliminate 1,000 hostiles in a minute. The satellites can read a terrorist's DNA before they even come out of hiding. Their goal is to get rid of threats before they even happen. And this is some real fucked shit. This is some like Arthur Harrow.
It's
skill
really
development.
crazy.
This is some Minority Report shit.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Anytime it's brought up in media, it fucking is horrifying. Like, Psychopaths is also a very good example of, don't fucking do this ever. This is the worst possible outcome for humanity.
And Steve goes, I thought the punishment usually came after the crime. We can't afford to wait that long.
I really wish that we had seen a scene somewhere in the MCU where Tony is just like talking to Nick and he's like, you used my tech to do what? You know?
True.
Because there's no way that Tony knew they were going to do this with the repulsor tech. They probably were just like, yeah, we're going to upgrade the helicarrier. And he was like, yeah, sure. Here's some input, right? There's no way he knew it was going to be all
He's
of
like,
this.
hey, maybe you should fix this because I was fucking throwing around in that bitch.
Okay, but here's the thing. Tony, he probably didn't know about Project Insight because it's like the highest level hacking, but you know he hacked into S.H.I.E.L.D. servers already.
That's
you
true.
know this
That's
man
true.
planted a bug that feeds him information on what they're doing.
That's true.
So Fury convinced the World Security Council that they need to beef up their analysis. Steve says that they are holding a gun to everyone on Earth and pretending like it's protection. The vibes are off for him, and he leaves on his motorcycle.
God, I love his motorcycle.
He goes to the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
He visits the Captain America exhibit.
This is when the movie gets really sad.
Yeah.
A kid recognizes him, and he tells that kid to keep his fucking mouth shut.
He goes, shut the fuck up, kid. Hey, kid. And then he leans down, and the kid's mom is like visibly upset, and he goes, shut the fuck up. And
There's
the
also
kid
the
just
Russo
nods.
brothers' nephew.
Oh, that's neat.
But he walks up to a display focused on Bucky and then goes to watch a video from Peggy, who says that Steve saved the man that would have become her husband, changing her life even after he's gone.
Yeah, this movie, like, just multiple times they're like, and now Steve is just going to look at the ghost of his past. And I really enjoy it every time it happens. Like, I think Avengers does a pretty good job of doing the man out of time thing, but this is the movie where you really start to buy this idea that he's not ever going to be able to be happy in the modern day. You know,
like
he's not going to move on.
It's not a matter of believability.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's more of a matter of like getting the right balance of feeling comfortable and settled to a certain degree, but also just feeling that constant ache and longing for what used to be and someone you can never have again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this movie captures that vibe the best out of anything we'll get.
Yeah, and I think they'll continue that. But I definitely feel like in Avengers there's a sense of like, yeah, he's out of time, but he's gonna move forward from that. And this movie's like, he's gonna try to, but he really can't.
Avengers is more the growing pains.
Yeah,
I feel still.
Yeah,
which is it's good because the MCU, like up to this point, has been pretty good about arcs and like having them concurrent throughout multiple films written by multiple different people.
Yeah,
and it's still very impressive how they managed it with multiple characters and done it really well.
Yeah.
So Steve goes to visit Peggy, played by Haley Atwell.
Yeah,
in the hospital.
Old Peggy, very sad.
Yep.
She's old and decrepit and covered in bad CGI.
Yep.
But she says that her only regret is that Steve never got to live his life. Steve says that things just aren't the same no matter what he does. Half the reason Steve continues to work for S.H.I.E.L.D. is because Peggy helped found it. And she says the world has changed and none of us can go back. All we can do is our best. And sometimes the best that we can do is to start over.
Dude, I'm gonna start crying because I'm thinking of the Endgame trailer when you read that speech.
Oh God.
Because they use that speech in the Endgame trailer, and it's
Fuck.
very well. That's another one. Like, this movie just has fucking lines that just keep coming back. Like, yeah.
And after a little coughing fit, Peggy, the dimension sets in.
Yeah.
Why did you say it like that?
Because that's what happens.
When the dimension be hitting.
Oh.
Look, I have to distract myself
like,
from the anguish, Shawn.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, it's been so long. I can't believe you're, stuff like that. Which, I mean, some people take it, when you came back in time,
Yeah,
that's what she said.
This being a rewatch for me means that I like really paid attention to some of the choices, and Chris Evans in this scene is fucking heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Right after Peggy like has the fit of dementia and she forgets that he's been here before, the look on his fucking face, like his lip wobbles slightly and he has to pull himself together. It's so good.
Yeah, although I can't help but laugh when he goes, I can't leave my best girl.
That's his waifu, bro.
You're my enemy waifu for life. You owe me a day.
Peggy, you're on my Dakimakura, I promise.
I have a
Now
body
forever.
pillow of you in my apartment.
Yeah, she's on his Dakimakura.
Is that what that is? I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Yeah.
weeb. I apologize.
Are you sure about that, bud?
Kingdom Hearts fan, not a weeb.
Yeah.
So, back at Fury's office, he attempts to look at the data that Nat gathered earlier, but he has no access to any of it. He asks on whose authority has his access been denied, and the computer says his name. So he's like, what the fuck? He heads to the floor of the World Security Council. They're having a meeting about the attack, and Secretary Alex Pierce is holding them off.
Fucking Robert Redford is in this movie, and he kills it the entire time. He's so good in this movie.
He's great, and he's horrifying.
Yeah.
In all the right ways.
Oh yeah. But he's just, it's crazy that he's...
The first time you see him, you're like, that's a villain.
Yeah.
That's a bad person.
Well, he's a politician.
That's true.
he's so good in this movie.
So Fury asks Pierce to delay Project Insight, but Pierce is wary about the request because that's a long subcommittee hearing. If something is wrong, those helicarriers could be a problem. But Fury needs time to look into it first. So Pierce agrees, but only under the terms that Iron Man stops by his niece's birthday party. Not just a flyby, he's got to mean it. At the VA, there's a group session with Sam, who's helping veterans with PTSD, and the woman who's speaking here is the Russo brothers' sister.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Dude, the Russo brothers love sticking people in these movies. Not just
the whole family's here.
Not just their family members, but we'll talk about all the cameos they're going to put in their movies of the community.
Joss Whedon's actually in this movie as well.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
We could have gone.
He's at the Smithsonian.
He's
going down the escalator.
We could have gone without that one. But he's going to keep putting the community cast in these movies, and we'll talk about those as they pop up.
So Sam says that he lost his wingman Riley on a night mission. He really regrets it. It was hard for him to find a reason to be over there after that. But Steve says that he wouldn't know what to do if he got out of the business. So he doesn't know what makes him happy.
Yeah. So this is the part of the movie where I was starting, because I genuinely don't remember Falcon and Winter Soldier well enough outside of I had a lot of fun with that show. But I definitely feel like what we're given of Sam in this, I almost feel like he wasn't as understanding and helpful with Bucky in that show as I would expect from somebody that does this in their free time. I feel like they kind of play that relationship up a little bit, that in a way that doesn't super follow from this movie.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
But Bucky's not really receptive to that anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's partly that Bucky's not receptive to any of it, and he's seen at least one of Steve's attempts at this point to get through to him. Not to mention that, he didn't know who Bucky used to be the way Steve did, and he's probably just man, times have changed, you gotta let it go. On top of the fact that they don't know the extent of what Bucky has fucking gone through at this point. It is not until Civil War where they find out how bad it is in that man's head.
It just feels like in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and actually I would say in every movie after this, I think that Sam is really loved for being very funny and kind of a hotshot comedic guy. And I think they play that up a lot more in the future than they do in this movie. It's still there in this movie, but I think that
he has his moments, but he's far more grounded in this one than he will become.
I was surprised by the VA scene. I'd forgotten that was in here, and I was like, oh yeah, this is it feels a little out there for Sam's character as we know him now.
So cut to Nick Fury. He's in his car. He calls Maria, have her in DC under deep shadow conditions.
This scene is so good.
It's
damn.
Every scene in this movie is so good, Shawn.
I know, but I'm not going to stop saying it.
I also wrote, fuck, this is a really good sequence, to be fair. So
yeah.
So he gives her 3 hours. Some sus cops pull up, but who's not a sus cop? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, why you need the oxymoron? Sus cop? It's just cops.
They stop next to him at a stoplight, and he crosses. When he crosses, he gets T-boned by another cop car, and they all pin him in. The DC Metro Police Dispatch doesn't show any units in the area. These are all fake cops. They start firing at his car and even pulling out a battering ram. He takes out some of them with a mounted minigun that's just in his passenger seat. It comes out of the dash.
That's fucking awesome.
So cool.
They get into a huge chase. Most of his car's operations are damaged, but not the air conditioning. Pretty poggers.
That's kind of pog.
So there's a lot of chaos. It's a big action scene. Like, go fucking watch the movie, you know. But this chase is fucking a lot of shit up in the city.
So
these fake agents are firing guns in the crowds and civilian vehicles and crashing into other cars.
yeah, the Hydra, who cares? You know, they really don't.
And Fury's calculating a route to get him off the grid when he sees a masked man standing in the street. This is not Obito Uchiha. This is the Winter Soldier. What the fuck? He shoots a mine that crashes Fury's car, but luckily, right as the Winter Soldier tears the door off, Nick has burrowed into the ground like a mole and has escaped through the sewers, I assume.
So, do you guys remember? I don't know if you guys remember online. There was a theory going around when this movie came out about this sequence and about the like big Penske truck, like the big like U-Haul truck that crashes into the people. And this theory was absolutely ridiculous and grounded in no way at all. But people swore to you online that Hawkeye was driving that truck.
Fucking Christ. What the hell?
That Hawkeye shows up and saves Fury by driving that truck into another one of the trucks. Like
this, I don't remember.
Yeah, people
No, I've
online
never
were,
heard of this.
yeah, it was, I remember seeing it a lot after this movie came out. People were like, yeah, there was a cut shot where you saw like an arrow on the dashboard or something, and it was going to be Hawkeye. And I was like, fucking bullshit. Ain't no way. But people really bought into it. It was kind of funny.
That's why people are crazy.
God, Marvel fans are fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
You know who was driving that truck, though?
Mephisto?
Mephisto. So, at Steve's apartment, he has a brief chat with a woman who lives next door to him.
Yeah.
He says that she can use his washing machine for a small price of getting coffee together. She declines because she doesn't want her scrubs in his machine after spending a rotation in the infectious disease ward. She goes off and tells him that she thinks he left the stereo on. Were you gonna say, Shawn?
Okay, so the whole Sharon Carter thing, we'll watch as she develops throughout the MCU.
Yeah.
Maybe one of my least favorite character arcs in the whole MCU. I'm pretty disappointed with how this.
It's only gotten worse.
It like
Yeah.
It's only
in
gotten
every
worse.
movie it gets worse, and it makes me really sad because I like the actress and I like her
Emily
performance.
Van Camp.
Yeah, I think she's good. I feel like they always give her bad stuff.
Were it not for how weird it is that Steve goes along with that shit up to a point, I would be fine with her. I just think him getting with his dead girlfriend's fucking niece is not.
Yeah,
That's not-
Has to play.
That's
then
not the
the-
wave, man.
The really weird shit happens in Falcon and Winter Soldier with her. It's just
Well,
like
we're not talking about that
I
because
know,
at that
but-
point her character's already flanderized, and I'm
Yeah,
like, this is
yeah.
stupid, but like I don't care anymore.
I just mean that like I feel like every time she pops up, it's like it gets worse.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the power broker stuff is like we'll get to it obviously, but it's like even like my point is I really like her in this movie, and I'm really sad watching it again because I'm like I don't like anything you do after this.
Yeah, I it's tricky because the Falcon and Winter Soldier stuff with her at the start, I get it and I appreciate it because like of course
Yeah.
she's pissed at you because
Yeah,
now
yeah,
she's
yeah,
an
yeah.
international fucking fugitive.
It's good
And
to
if they
a
had
point.
left it at that, if they had left it at that, I would
Yeah,
have
if
been
they
like,
left it
this
at
kind
that,
of rocks. I like that there's
But then they
consequences
they
to
took
actions
another
and people
step
are bitter.
backwards, and they're like, "Oh no, why'd you do that? That was a dumb decision to make."
Yep.
So, Steve knows something's up because he definitely didn't leave his stereo on. Why would he do that? So he comes in through the window and finds Fury in his chair. He's talking about how his wife kicked him out and he needed a place to crash, but really, there's ears everywhere. As he types on the phone, he types out that S.H.I.E.L.D. is compromised. And as Fury stands up, the worst mistake you could make, he gets shot.
Yep.
A lot.
Yep.
I think this is a good fake out death, as we'll find later on. But I bought this the first time I saw it.
Before Steve can leave to chase a sniper, Fury hands him the flash drive and says, "Don't trust anyone. Not even yourself."
So this is the part of the movie where I got so enthralled by everything that was happening that I don't have another note until the elevator fight, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be taking notes.
So the nurse from earlier comes in with a gun. She says she's Agent 13 of S.H.I.E.L.D. Special Service. Which, I mean, he kind of trusts her right then, even though Fury said don't trust anyone. But that's okay, don't worry
She's
about
attractive. You don't understand. He's into her, Tyler. He can trust her.
She's pretty hot, I guess. But she calls for an EMT, and Cap goes on pursuit. I love every time in this movie when he fucking jumps out of a window with the shield. Every time he does it, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
It's really good.
Fuck that glass.
Bro, fuck up your left shoulder, King. Let's get it.
So Cap's on the chase. He's barreling through doors.
It's so
and
awesome.
At one point, he runs into a wall and fucking leaves a dent.
It's so awesome.
And you're like, holy shit. Like, what is this?
It's so awesome.
He tosses his shield at the assailant, but this guy, he fucking catches it with one hand and throws it back.
What?
And when Steve catches it, his feet skid. This is an anime.
Yeah, it is.
This is anime.
It is.
Sometimes the anime sequences are so good, you gotta cop that shit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised like rocks didn't like form around the soles of his fucking what are they called? What are these things called? The back of your feet? What are they?
Your heels?
Your heels. Yeah.
You okay?
No. So Nat shows up at the hospital and asks if Fury will make it. They're unsure, but Hill gives them both some more details. Sitwell and Rumlow are here as well. And then Nick Fury dies. Time of death, 1:03 a.m.
Is that a Easter egg?
No, it's just what they say.
Okay.
Yeah, he did die. Well, no, I
didn't know if there was like a significance to those numbers.
Dr. Fine, aka Joe Russo, said that.
Oh,
really?
Shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's him.
Huh.
Which makes sense now that he shows up later.
Yeah.
So Nat asks Cap why Fury was at his apartment. He says he doesn't know, but she knows that he's lying. Rumlow tells him that S.H.I.E.L.D. wants him back at HQ, and he's weirdly adamant about it. He's like, come on now.
Yeah.
Cap goes with them, but he hit the flash drive in the vending machine behind the Hubble Bubble. Don't know how exactly he did that, but he did.
He's really good.
He probably tapped the shoulder of the guy who was working on the machine and just went, "Hey man, could I get like 5 seconds alone in here?" And then the guy looked at him and saw he was Captain America and went, "Shit, man, all right, I'm gonna go piss. Go, do your shit. I was never here. I didn't see you do shit."
Yeah.
So at the Triskelion, Steve sees Sharon again. Captain Rogers, neighbor.
So good.
He meets with Pierce about why Fury was in his apartment last night, and Steve continues to claim that he doesn't know. He shows Steve a live feed of Batroc being questioned. He's actually being questioned by Marcus and McFeely.
Oh shit!
Lots of people show up.
Lots of cameos in this one.
I like it. They're unobtrusive.
Yeah, I like them.
Pierce suggests that Fury hired the pirates to distract him from gathering that intel. We know that despite all the diplomacy and the handshaking and the rhetoric, that to build a really better world sometimes means having to tear down the old one. He asked Steve again why Fury was there, but Steve takes his shield and leaves, and Pierce throws out a threat. You know, classic threat.
Yeah, classic villain. I mean, classic villain.
Classic politician threat.
He's a politician. Classic villain threat.
Yeah.
So, Cap takes an elevator to operations control, but before it can go down, Rumlow comes up. His best buddy, Rumlow.
Dude, that's really convenient, dude. They can ride the elevator together.
Bro, he can tell him what's going on. He can confide in his buddy Rumlow.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean,
So
all of the strike team are buddies, so like they can all come.
It's like that scene in Sonic 2 where they're playing like
I have not seen Sonic 2.
volleyball on the beach.
So, yeah, sure.
That's them.
I believe you.
So, man, Cap really is like Shamar Moore. Anyways, Cap notices some of them holding on to their guns. Some of them are sweating. A lot of guys are piling in.
Yeah, dude, I'd be sweating too. You're telling me
an uncomfortable a number of guys are coming in.
You're telling me like, I gotta fight
Captain America.
You know? I'm like,
I'm a call in sick.
But also in this scenario, you're like a really devoted Nazi. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you'd be down with it.
No. You're like higher than the Nazi.
I
That's
feel
what they
like,
think at least.
I feel like no matter who you are, if you get told, all right, go beat Captain America up within an inch of his life and bring him here, I feel like no matter who you are, you just nod politely, and internally you're going, all right, what do I want my last will to be? Shit, I should write that down. I should have that on my body before I die.
You're like, dude, could I make it to Mexico? You're like,
you're like, if I were hypothetically a deserter to the United States, where do I go?
Like, gotta like, I don't know, you gotta like either like try to take an early hit, like something that's like, and then just pretend to be out. Like something that's not gonna be too bad for you, you know?
Do you think one of them like got shoved against the glass like a little bit? Like he didn't even hit them. He hit somebody else who hit them, and they were like, "Oh no, I'm down."
Yes, I think,
fuck, he got me.
I think Cap puts the shield on his arm. He like punches a dude, and then the guy next to the dude who's nowhere in range of the shield just like, oh, and then falls back and like flails in a really big way, and then falls onto the ground. And it's just like,
there's only a few superheroes in the MCU that I've like, I can fight them maybe, maybe.
Okay, name one.
They're like relatively normal.
I mean, despite all of their training, I feel like Nat and Clint, if you can get in close range, would be all right.
I'm like,
even if
I gotta
is
fight
trained.
Hawkeye. Maybe I could take Hawkeye. You know.
What about? Okay, Tyler. Would you rather be put into a ring with Moon Knight or Captain America?
Okay, wait.
There's a correct answer here, Tyler.
Which Moon Knight?
He's switching between all three.
He's switching between both? Oh, all three?
Bro. Yeah.
No.
Answer here.
Okay, Jake is there? No.
Okay.
Captain America.
Okay.
Captain America.
Okay, hold on.
The correct answer is the one who will knock you out and will not just slit your throat.
Okay, hang on. Here we go then. Fine. Moon Knight or like Rage Hulk from Age of Ultron. Like when he's under the spell.
Fuck, you're dead either way at that point.
Either way, I'm dead.
I feel like at that point you take the quick and easy one and just let Hulk punch your head in.
I'll take Moon Knight so I can at least try to meet Steven,
Just be like, hey bro, big fan, and then your throat gets just caught in the moon shit.
So back to the fight, or the lead up to the fight. People are piling in. He's looking around. He can see the back of that one guy's head. I don't know this guy's name, but he's not Rumlow. He's the other guy. The guy.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
And he goes like a fucking badass. Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Oh,
it's so good.
This movie's so fucking iconic. They even fucking reference it again. This scene in Endgame. It's so good.
That Endgame one is a fucking killer of a double reference.
Yeah.
Yep.
They also reference this scene in an episode of Community, and it's really funny.
Well, that's extra funny considering the cameo.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a really good scene. It's like this scene, but if it was an accident, like if they all got beat up because the guy's just accidentally doing it.
So everyone's in on it. Even Sitwell, he's giving orders from the command room. It's a really good fight. Go watch the movie because I'm not gonna explain the fight for you. So, but I do like Rumlow, Cap's best friend. Keeping it real. I just want you to know, Cap, this isn't personal. It kind of feels personal. After the fight, Cap opens the elevator door to find 1,000 more guards.
Yeah, okay.
So what does he do? He fucking does a 6 spin kick and cuts the cable with his shield. And then he jumps out of a window into the lobby.
Okay, but so he goes down. It catches. He opens another set of elevator doors, and there's more. Are the guards just on every level on that elevator?
Probably.
Probably.
It's a really
funny. Every door for the elevator.
It's really funny visual. They're just on every level.
So he falls into the lobby of the Triskelion. Hell of a fall, but he takes his motorcycle, drives through the gate before he can come down. Here comes a jet. There comes a fucking Quinjet to come and stop him.
And just a reminder,
he takes it down.
This is just all happening in the middle of DC.
Yeah, it sure is.
the fucking Watergate hotel is in the background and shit. Like, we're deep in DC.
Yeah, at one point they're like, shut down all runways at BWI. And I was like, please don't. Please don't. I need that. It's the only good airport.
Hey, here's the problem. They're villains.
Because I'm not fucking flying out of Reagan, dude. I only fly out of BWI.
If I was a villain, I'm definitely fucking up traffic.
Please don't. I need BWI, Tyler. I don't care what you do to the rest of it. I need BWI.
No, we're going to shut it down. That's what's going to happen here.
So Sitwell gets the entire staff on tracking down Cap, down to even checking the Twitter hashtag page. Sharon says if S.H.I.E.L.D. is hunting Cap, they deserve to know why.
We're Nazis. That's why.
Yeah. Can you imagine? She goes back to the hospital to retrieve the USB, but it's gone. And guess who's behind him? Chewing some of that hubble bubble.
Yeah, some of that hubble bubble.
He basically tackles her into an empty room and questions her.
Yeah, it's really not a great look.
Yeah, you can't trust anyone.
Yeah, Nick literally told him don't trust anyone,
That's true.
So I get it.
Except for Sharon Carter, I guess.
No, you don't understand. She's hot, Tyler. He's into her.
He can sense the Carter in her, dude.
Oh, no!
No!
What, is he like a Carter sniffing dog now? He just...
Oh, no! No!
You're one of hers, aren't you?
You're one of hers.
Gotta get in that.
Stop.
So she doesn't know what's on the USB, but Steve doesn't believe her. What she does know is who killed Fury. A lot of people don't believe he exists, but those who do call him the Winter Soldier. Already spoiled the name earlier in the recap.
Whoa. Well, it's also the name of the movie, so
it's also the name of the movie. Credited with over 24 assassinations in the last 50 years. She says that she had an encounter with him 5 years ago near Iran, and he shot the target through her. No more bikinis.
Yeah.
And she gives Steve the drive.
And then I don't know, I think Cap's response to that line is funny.
Yeah.
She's like, bye-bye bikinis. And he goes, yeah, I bet you look terrible in them now.
Yeah. Their banter in this movie is so
it's very good.
I wish Steve could ever get to this level of snark and charm again.
Yeah. Well, he's gone now, so. Or he might be on the moon, who knows?
He could be anywhere.
He could be on the moon.
Back at S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm sure he's gonna. What if he shows up in Cap 4 just for a minute?
You just Steve.
Old man.
Sam just goes to see him.
Flashback to Steve Rogers giving Sam a pep talk, and it's just like
I just want to. Okay, I'm gonna set the scene right.
Okay.
Sam just went through something. I don't know what. Obviously, I don't know what the movie is, but he's looking for some inspiration. He looks up to the sky, nice bright blue sky.
Okay.
And then you see 50% opacity, old man Steve Rogers. He doesn't say anything, just a little nod.
Here's my pitch, right? We know it's called New World Order, right? The New World Order is hunting down Sam Wilson, and Sam's like, I know somewhere we can go. And he turns up at like a random apartment in Brooklyn, and he just knocks on the door, and old man Steve Rogers opens it, and Sam Wilson's like, everybody we know is trying to kill us. And he goes, not everyone. And then it's just a mirror of the scene from this movie. It's just the exact same thing, except Steve Rogers is at the door.
That's way better than my idea. That's going to get you the YouTube clicks.
Yeah, all I was going to say is that I think my ideal Cap cameo for Cap 4 is probably just Sam going through some shit, and he gives like this really heartfelt speech about how what would Steve do? I know I'm Cap now, but I got to look to him. And then he thinks, and then you have like the vignette flashback in like sepia tone, and you just see first person POV on your left.
In reality, I would prefer if the cameo was as a tombstone.
I get
it's
it. I agree.
Sam's
That's funny
movie.
as fuck without context.
So it's like Steve and Isaiah playing fucking checkers or something.
Oh, that would actually be really good.
That would be kind of
like
really
Magneto and Professor X.
Fuck you! I was
and then right before the scene cuts, the checker moves, but just slightly. Like you're not sure, but. So, back at S.H.I.E.L.D., the council moves to immediately reactivate Project Insight. And then we cut back to Steve and Nat, who go to a Genius bar in a mall to access the drive, They have about 9 minutes from plugging it in before they need to leave. While they're trying to figure out where the data came from, they're customer serviced, and that's a verb now, by a guy named Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
They pretend to be newlyweds planning a honeymoon as the strike team is strutting through the mall.
Yo, the MCU disguise starter kit is in this part.
Yep.
Yeah. This is where the hat starts, at least.
I think, no, doesn't Tony wear it in 3?
Yes, there's a point in 3 where he's wearing it.
He's wearing a hood, you're right. Same thing.
So when he goes into the bar, he's wearing the puff jacket with the flannel and the hat.
Okay.
But the intel leads them to Wheaton, New Jersey. Steve is familiar with the place.
Yeah.
Walking out, they notice the formation of guys placed around them, so they do some couple shit, and they kiss on the elevator to hide from Rumlow, because public displays of affection make people very uncomfortable.
True.
She's spitting.
She's right.
They borrow a car.
Get your feet off the dash.
New Jersey.
Also, very unsafe what she was doing. Especially like when you're being hunted. Like if anybody were to like crash into your car, like both her legs are broken.
No,
this is true, but she's a super spy, so I think she knows the risk, and I think she calculated it, and she just wanted to fuck off.
You know what? Fair enough.
Nat asked Steve if that was his first kiss since 1945. He says that it isn't. They have a conversation about truth, but eventually pull up to Camp Lehigh. Same place where Cap trained. And he sees like a little memory of his past self after looking at a flagpole.
It's so sad. He's seeing ghosts everywhere in this movie, and some of them are real.
Cap eventually notices that there's a misplaced building because Army regulations forbid storing munitions within 500 yards of the barracks. They go in and find an old SHIELD office. And we see a photo of Howard Stark as well as Peggy on the wall. Steve hears wind coming from behind a staircase, or a bookcase, I don't know why I wrote staircase, and moves it to find a secret elevator. And at the bottom of it is a room that houses none other than the digitized soul of Arnim Zola.
Fucking Zola, dude.
And then Nat references a movie as she's typing into the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I thought it was a Saw reference.
Nope.
It's not.
It's War Games, right?
Yeah, I believe it's War Games.
Yeah, but like, come on. You can see how it's a fucking like a Saw joke.
I could see how you would.
Yeah, if you're a Zoomer.
Shall we play a game? I know, I saw it, you know.
All right.
Shut up.
hey, I didn't write the script. They recruited Zola for strategic value back in Project Paperclip or something like that, Operation Paperclip. But Arnim also furthered his own plans. Zola gives them a little history lesson on Hydra since we last saw them, and they grew the new Hydra from within S.H.I.E.L.D. People will give up their freedom willingly for security. Zola locks them in the room, and a missile is fired on them because he's been stalling this whole time. Our heroes survive the explosion, and the strike team is here to confirm the kills. And Rumlow says to call the asset.
This scene is so funny because it's just funny to see Cap walking around in civilian clothes, but with a giant metal shield on his arm. Like it's just a silly visual. Also, this scene establishes kind of something that I get why they kind of gloss over it, but it becomes an important plot point later on. So I wish that there had been a little bit more given to it, and that is that here apparently Steve learns that Tony's parents were assassinated.
Yeah,
and he makes the connection that it was Bucky that did it. Because
does he
says,
make the connection here?
I don't know if he makes it here, but he definitely makes it shortly after. And because I don't know when else he would figure it out. You know,
I feel like he just figured it out in the interim between Age of Ultron and Civil War.
Yeah,
while he was hunting for Bucky, I'm sure he ended up like digging through the Hydra files at one point or another.
See, that's the part that bothers me. I don't like that he learns it presumably off screen.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I think it makes the ending of that movie feel a little weird. He sees that Howard and Maria
were murdered, but he doesn't know the root cause yet, is how I read this.
Yeah, and
instead he's just like, who the fuck is Maria?
Yeah.
Insert Shadow the Hedgehog going, Maria!
It's just it's a plot point that starts here, and I wish they'd brought more attention to for him, because I don't like that he learns it off screen. It feels weird in the next one.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So at Pierce's house, he goes to get some late night milk and finds the Winter Soldier in his kitchen. He tells the assistant to hunt. He tells the assailant to hunt down Steve and Nat. But his housekeeper comes back in because she fucking left her phone, and Pierce has to kill her.
I wish you would have knocked. Oh, this scene is so good. Robert Redford is so fucking good. I love how when he's in the fridge and he just turns around and he sees Bucky, then he's like, "Want some milk?" Like,
Yeah,
it's so good.
The little things about this scene are really good. Like, I like the tension when he hears his housekeeper in the other room, and he's just like really tense because he's like, "Please do not walk in here. Please do not walk in here. Just leave." And then as soon as she comes back in and she's already seen it, he's just like, "Well, fuck," and then just shoots her nonchalantly. Like, it's just him, like, doing an activity on a normal fucking Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So Sam gets a knock on the door, and it's Steve and Nat who need a place to lay low. Nat's a little shook that S.H.I.E.L.D. was actually Hydra, but Steve hits her with the same line from earlier, that maybe she's in the wrong field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam comes in. "I made breakfast." You guys eat that sort of thing.
Dude, Sam kills it. Always.
Sam is so good in this movie.
They narrow down that Pierce and Sitwell are both Hydra and try to figure out how to kidnap Sitwell in broad daylight. Luckily, Sam hands them his resume. Steve tries to refuse, but Sam says there's no better reason to get back in than Captain America needing his help.
Dude, oh god, it's so awesome that this is like watching this movie. I just love that he's like, Captain America needs my help, and now he is Captain America. Like, this is what the MCU does so well, is building these character arcs. We're gonna see them going forward with like Scarlet Witch. These characters that don't get their own movies right off the bat, or their own stories right off the bat, but they're built up in the background of other characters' movies, and you get like a really satisfying arc with them. And I think Sam is probably like the first example of that.
Yeah.
He's one of the best early examples. And again, that's just a testament to like how, despite each movie getting like their own creative liberties in a lot of aspects, they're able to string together this long-running narrative. And I'm genuinely hoping that the next phases going forward will have anything even remotely close to this. Because I'm seeing threads, but whether or not they're done well is an entirely different question that we can only really contextualize once we get the big movies later on.
It is also just funny to
look
at
that
this
one like Twitter thread of like characters that I know should come back later.
Yeah.
It's also just funny to look at the scene and be like, of these people, the most relevant is Sam. You know, at least right now is funny. Because if you told me that in 2014, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, like,
he's the only one that's not a corpse.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess maybe Steve isn't a corpse. We don't know that for certain.
He's on.
He probably dies off.
He's a walking corpse.
Let's be real.
So they gotta hit the Fort Meade to get the wings. We don't see that, but they do it.
They did that.
He said that, and I thought of chicken wings. Like they were swinging by
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah,
dude, come on.
I thought they were
Keep
swinging.
Up with the lore.
I thought they were swinging by, dude, to grab some Buffalo Wild Wings or something. I don't know.
So in town, Sitwell's talking to Senator Stern,
dude,
coming back from Iron Man 2.
He's back. What a scumbag!
They make some small talk and then lean in and whisper, "Hail Hydra."
Don't do that.
They never hit the peak of Hail Hydra again, I don't think.
No,
as far as like game-changing events, it's just this and Thanos.
But this was like a big meme back in the day.
It was.
I remember
without having seen the movie.
Yep.
It was some big shit in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too, dude. Who was Hydra? Who wasn't? Who could you trust? That show went crazy.
So Sitwell gets a call from Pierce, but actually it's Sam, and he tells him they're going to take a ride. While I assume Nat has a laser rifle, not a laser rifle, but a sniper rifle with a laser pointer pointed at Sitwell.
Might have been a laser rifle. Who can say?
Yeah, we don't see her. Neither does he. So he gets in the fucking car and then he gets beat up on a rooftop.
Yeah, it's great.
So Cap is questioning Sitwell about the algorithm and the Lumerian star and dangs him off the roof. But Sitwell's like, "You're not gonna fucking throw me off the roof. That's not what you do." And he's like, "You're right, but now she will."
And then she just fucking like beats his ass, throws him off the
she kicks him
roof.
off like fucking. This is Sparta, you know.
And then she immediately turns around and goes like, "Hey, what about the girl from like HR?" And
Well,
he's like,
Lillian from accounting.
Nose ring? Yeah. Oh, I'm not ready for that.
He's not ready
so
for
He's
that.
not.
Good.
That's
It's
true.
So,
That's a weak
The
mindset.
best shit.
No, he's right. He's not ready for that, dude.
Sometimes you gotta take the risks.
Yeah, dude, he's from the
that
40s.
it's a
He's
risk.
not.
He needs to do
he's
his
not
research
ready for
before he
that,
takes
dude.
that kind of risk, my
Yeah,
man.
he's not.
When is
ready
Cap
for
gonna
that.
get his big titty girlfriend, dude?
That's a good question.
Who can say?
So
Who can tell?
as they're still trying to find someone for Cap, Sam brings Sitwell back up to the roof, and now he's ready to talk. He says that Zola's algorithm is a program for choosing Project Insight's targets. And Steve's like, "Who?" And he's like, "You, a TV anchor in Cairo, the Undersecretary of Defense, high school valedictorian in Iowa City, Bruce Banner, Stephen Strange, anyone's a threat to Hydra, now or in the future."
I pogged at Stephen Strange.
Wait a second. Say it again. Wait, what was that one? Wait, who did you say?
Bruce Banner?
Valedictorian in Iowa?
No, the other one.
Oh,
The TV anchor in Cairo?
No.
The Undersecretary of Defense?
Yeah, them.
The 21st Century is a digital book, and Zola taught Hydra how to read it. It evaluates people's past to predict their future. And the Insight helicarrier is going to scratch people off the list a few million at a time.
That's a crazy number.
Yep.
Bank records, medical histories, voting patterns, emails, phone calls, your damn SAT scores. That's a lot.
Yeah. I never took the SAT. I'm safe.
I don't need my SAT scores getting out there. I don't.
I took them, even though I didn't need to.
I relied on my ACTs because my
I went to
ACTs were
art
way
school.
better, but like, it's whatever.
So, traveling down the highway with Sitwell in the car, Insight is planned to launch in 16 hours.
The causeway?
They're on a tight schedule.
The causeway?
But out of nowhere, the Winter Soldier grabs Sitwell out of the car and throws him into oncoming traffic. He is dead.
Yeah,
That man
he's dead.
fucking died in 2 seconds.
Yeah, he dies.
When that happened, I was like, I had to go to Wiki. Is he dead?
He's
Did
dead.
he die?
He's
He
dead.
was run over by a fucking semi.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's gone.
But his legacy carries on in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
So now it's time for another action sequence. Go watch the movie. It's a good one.
It's
God,
a real good one.
It's I'm here we go. My favorite action sequence in the whole MCU, probably.
So WS blows
What the
Cap
fuck?
off the bridge.
What the?
What?
We're not even gonna.
I'm talking about it.
We're not even. Nobody has any thoughts on that.
I'm waiting until the proper parts come up.
I'm talking
Okay,
about it,
okay.
John.
Okay, nobody has any thoughts on this being my favorite. Okay.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
glad you like it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Nobody's gonna be like, yeah, it's good. All right. Whatever. No, move on. It's
All
okay.
right, fucking hey
So-
ass. All right.
Whatever. Okay.
All right now, fellas. So WS blows Cap off the bridge, and it's now an all-out gunfight. I like that the guys just kind of hand him guns as they go along. They riddle a bus with bullets, and Cap takes them down. Sam takes out a guy and provides support and fire. Widow has a fight with the Winter Soldier. And whatever she did to him, I wish was done to me. But right as he pins Widow down, Steve comes in and they have a brawl. WS does this cool knife shit. And then fucking Steve hits him with the coolest like fucking Power Ranger bat kick into a flying knee, and then eventually German suplexes him.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Eventually he throws the WS around, gets the mask to come off, and it's James Buchanan Barnes. Yo,
Played by
wait, Sebastian
Bucky.
Stan.
Who the hell is Bucky?
It's
Oh,
so good.
it's so good. When I was watching this movie again, I was like, oh, the people that bitch and complain about Black Widow, the Black Widow fight sequences in the Black Widow movie are just go watch Winter Soldier again, because you're really nitpicking. She does insane shit in this too. I'm watching this movie and I'm like, she's okay. Like the same kind of shit that people were like, how does she survive that in the Black Widow movie? Like her and Sam are doing for this entire movie.
She is a trained spy.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's the shit she does in that movie is no different than what Sam and her do in this movie, and they were both not super soldiers. So like, just stop bitching.
So before he can shoot Steve, Sam and Nat come in for support, but Rumlow and some more of the strike agents come in to execute Steve, but they don't because there's a news shopper watching, and that would look really bad on them. So now captured, Steve blames himself for Bucky being in the situation, and Sam notices that Nat has a gun wound and asks for a doctor. One of the guards turns on the other one, but it's actually Maria Hill.
Yo, Maria Hill!
And she's like, who is this guy? I've never seen this man in my life. When Rumlow opens the truck to get out, they are not there.
Whoa!
At a secret base located in what looks like a dam of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
They get Nat some medical attention from Joe Russo again, but first they're taken to see an actually not dead Nick Fury.
Good twist. I didn't see this coming when I saw it the first time.
Yeah,
Fury faked his death. Using a drug developed by Bruce Banner for stress. Didn't really work on Bruce, but they found a use for it.
Mm-hmm.
Slows your heart rate down to 1 beat a minute. Because they can't kill you if you're already dead.
He's spitting.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. At a Hydra base where Bucky's being worked on, Bucky's having flashbacks to his procedures and his fall to train. Pierce and Rumlow come in for a mission report, and he slaps Bucky for not giving them a report like immediately. Bucky asks who Steve was and remembers knowing him. He looks like a sad little puppy. I think I'm just really used to his facial hair.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Fury talks about how Pierce declined a Nobel Peace Prize. The plan to stop the Insight helicarrier is to replace their server blades with Fury's. You have to do all three or people will die. Assume that everyone aboard is Hydra. And he's like, try to, maybe we can salvage what we can. Steve's like, no.
Yeah.
all that shit's gotta go.
Yeah. Based.
And Fury gives in. He looks at everyone, and of course Sam, don't look at me.
Yeah.
I do what he does, just slower. We get a flashback of right after Steve's mom's funeral.
Yeah.
I'm with you to the end of the line, pal. Sam says that Steve might have to stop Bucky, but Steve is sure that he can make Bucky remember him. At the Smithsonian, we get our Stan Lee cameo.
It's a good one.
He's a guard who might get fired when they see that the Captain America suit has been stolen.
It's very good cameo.
Panning to the mannequin who just has the shield covering his fucking cock is the funniest shit. So
Yeah.
Well, they can't show that in the Marvel movie.
yeah, that's why the shield's covering the cock. Relax.
Exactly. Because as we know, there is a cock there.
Yeah.
If you took that shield
they have to
away,
put one
there's
there.
it's there.
Listen, they had to accurately recreate Captain America based on historical details.
Yeah. They really interviewed
in the selfie photo.
No. They interviewed the Howling Commandos. Those men were about to die. They were we might as well die knowing if we're average.
Yeah.
Which of the Howling Commandos was the most above average?
I would honestly say Bucky.
Morita.
Either Bucky or Dum Dum Dugan, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Dum Dugan.
Yeah.
Dum Dugan.
So in the Project Insight Bay, they are in the final launch sequence. Pierce has brought in all the World Security Council on board to see the launch of Project Insight. We get a little cameo from Danny Pudi.
Ahmed is here. Let's go.
He's a tech here at S.H.I.E.L.D. and goes to check out a strange noise, only to be held at gunpoint by Cap, Sam, and Hill.
Me too. My hands are up immediately too. I'm like, do whatever you want. Go for it.
Yep.
I don't care.
Cap gives a rousing speech over the PA, outing Pierce and Strike and the Insight teams as in S.H.I.E.L.D's takeover by Hydra.
Such a good fucking scene.
The price of freedom is high. It always has been. And it's a price I'm willing to pay. And if I'm the only one, then so be it. But I'm willing to bet I'm not.
Man, oh man, the price of freedom is steep. Sorry, I had to get it out of my system.
It makes me so sad watching this scene whenever it cuts to the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents that are like getting gunned down by their fellow like colleagues.
Yeah.
Like those two that are guarding the one helicarrier Like, I always get so... Yeah. The end of this movie, whenever they show...
Like, Jim, I was at your son's birthday party.
Whenever they show S.H.I.E.L.D. agents killing other S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, I get really sad at the end of this movie. Because, like, the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents are like, no, we gotta help Captain America. And they keep getting fucking killed.
He says, did you write that down first, or was that
Yeah.
off the top of your head? Some strike members come in to help Pierce as he holds the council members at gunpoint, and Rumlow walks into the control room and everyone looks a little nervous. He tells the guy to send the ships up, but this guy is like pissing himself. But eventually he's like, I'm not going to do that. Captain's orders.
Yo, this guy's so poggers.
Fucking awesome.
Everyone pulls out their guns, and eventually a shootout starts. Rumlow is successful launching the Insight helicarriers, though, because Sharon was a bad shot.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cap and Sam are running. So how do we know the good guys from the bad guys? If they're shooting at you, they're bad. Pierce asks one of the members if they could stop an invasion with a flick of a switch, would they? They refuse, and Pierce is handed a gun. Lucky for him, the old woman starts kicking major ass. She like, beats the fuck out of these guys.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Because it's Black Widow.
Yo.
Sam gets onto one of the helicarriers and is then chased by a jet. And Cat beats up a bunch of guys. You know, action.
It's awesome.
Action's
It's a
acting.
great action set piece.
Nat is dumping all the S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra secrets onto the internet. Pierce tries to dissuade her by asking if she's ready for the world to see her for who she really is. But she's not dissuaded. He's like, Are you ready for that? Doesn't matter because he's going to die. Sam and Cap. It's like Sam and Cat.
Sam and Cat. I should make that edit. Oh no.
Oh no.
They both replace a blade in 2 of the 3 helicarriers. 1 more to go. But before the S.H.I.E.L.D. pilots, the actually good ones, can scramble to help Cap.
It's so sad. They're like, we're
Bucky
the only...
destroys all the Bucky destroys all the jets and takes one to go to the last helicarrier.
They're like, we're the only air support Captain Rogers has. And then they all die.
Yeah, Bucky is not playing around. And that's going to disable encryption, but she needs 2 alpha level members to do that. That's when Fury comes in on a helicopter.
It's so badass.
Hell yeah.
He and Pierce have a talk, Our enemies are your enemies, Nick. I can bring order to the lives of 7 billion people just by sacrificing 20 million. They go to the retinal scanner, and Nick Fury shows us what's under the eye patch. If you want to stay ahead of me, Mr. Secretary, you need to keep both eyes open.
Oh, God.
Sam gives Bucky a lift to... Not Bucky, what the fuck? Sam gives Cap a lift to the last helicarrier, but Bucky shows up and destroys Sam's wings and knocks Steve off. Luckily, Cap manages to hang on and is still on the helicarrier. Romul's making his way to the base, making his way through the base, and is headed to the council. And Sam is tasked with going to help because Maria's on control center duty. Cap and Bucky square off in a fight in front of the last blade. They go over the edge of the walkway, and Cap protects the last blade he needs to install, and he chokes Bucky out, and then installs it, or at least tries to. The pins that Pierce had given the council earlier were traps, and they kind of injure them. I don't know if they're dead.
I think it kills them. It burns. He said, unless you want it to burn a 2-inch hole in your sternum. So think about 2 inches, and then think about that going through your fucking chest.
Specifically your sternum. That will actually kill you.
That will kill you.
Like that's
maybe.
Yeah, I don't care how thick your tits are, Cap. 2 inches to the sternum, you're dead.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, think about how too big 2 inches is, okay? And then like...
he might just be built different.
and then like just straight through your chest, through your sternum.
He might just be built different. Sam intercepts Rumlow and they have a fight. There are no prisoners with Hydra. Just order. And order only comes through pain.
Man, shut the hell up.
You ready for your...
It's so good. Dude, I love Sam so much.
And he has the little straps on his chest.
Wait, what does that mean?
That means he's Cap's best friend forever.
wait, do the straps, do they form like an X? Like a cross?
If you're on PlayStation, yeah, you'd be called...
Like the Rakusin sigil?
Like, wait, is he Xehanort? Wait.
So Cap needs to hurry and put the last blade in, but he keeps getting shot by Bucky.
That's not cool, Buck.
The last carrier reaches 3,000 feet and starts to target hundreds of thousands of people. See shots of Tony Stark in the Avengers Tower. We don't actually see him. There's a picture of him, I guess.
Yeah.
Targets President Ellis from fucking Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other random people and random names. Good thing Cap puts the last blade in right before they fire. And Hell sets the helicarriers to fire on each other. But Steve is still inside.
No,
He sees Bucky stuck under some rubble. And he's screaming.
We gotta get Steve.
Pierce has lost, but he's gonna have Nat. Is it Pierce has lost?
Pierce has lost.
He's lost. Technically, he's lost. But he's gonna have Nat fly him out of there. But Nat electrocutes herself, and Fury shoots Pierce as the inside carriers blow each other up and crash. And as Pierce dies, he says, "Hell Hydra."
Yeah.
He says it out loud.
Yeah.
I like to whisper it. Sam and Rumlow are still fighting when the last helicarrier comes crashing in. Fury and crew have to come and save him. 41st floor. And Sam loops up the building and gets caught by a helicopter. And I almost called him Sam. Mr. Fury is like, hey, they don't put the numbers on the outside.
Yeah, he just goes 41st floor, 41st. They don't put the numbers on the outside of the building.
Yeah.
It's so
Dude,
good.
Fucking Fury really clutched that one.
Yeah, Fury just tilting the entire copter sideways just so Sam could come in.
Sam almost turned into soup in this scene, so it's good that didn't happen.
Cap tries to get Bucky to remember him, going as far as to even throw his shield out. Says, "You're my friend. You're my mission." Steve hits him with the end of the line quote, and Bucky stops as Cap falls out of the helicarrier and into the water. Before he sinks, we see Bucky grab him out. Sometime later, Cap is waking up in the hospital while Sam sits next to him playing the Trouble Man album, and he says, "On your left." That's what Steve says.
It's
we get this epilogue. We get this epilogue, like, where are they now kind of shot.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon practices in the gun range at the CIA. Maria Hill getting a job at Stark Industries HR. Senator Stern gets arrested by the FBI.
Good.
Rumlow's admitted to the ICU. Fury goes underground until Age of Ultron, but he burns a bunch of his shit. And Nat's testifying in court. This is just locking her up, but she knows they won't because the world needs them. So Fury tells Cap, they're there at his gravestone now. Fury tells Cap that a lot of rats didn't go down with the ship. He asks Cap and Sam if they want to go, but there's something they have to do first. Nat gives Steve a file on Bucky and tells him to call Sharon. And then, right before the credits end, he says, "You're going to go after him? You don't have to come with me. I know. When do we start?" And that's when we get the credits.
Yo! God, what a good fucking movie.
And so, mid-credits, Baron von Strucker is conducting experiments using Loki's scepter. Or the scepter that was given to Loki. They'll feed their other Hydra labs to Cap and the Avengers while they do their work here. We get a shot of the twins. One is moving super fast, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson. And the other is levitating blocks, played by Elizabeth Olsen. This is the age of miracles. There's nothing more horrifying than a miracle.
Let's fucking go! The love of my life is in the MCU again! Again, for the first time now! Dude, I can't wait for more Scarlet Witch.
So, post-credits, Bucky is at the Smithsonian looking at his part in the Captain America exhibit, and his theme plays.
Aww.
And then the movie is over.
What a good movie.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, you're fucking right, it is.
Yeah.
If they had put fucking shut the fuck up. Shut up. Leave me alone. So, yeah, if they had put this movie out, no, if this had been the first Captain America movie, I would have been more sold on Cap.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't think this movie would work at all.
Yeah,
as
no,
the
I
first-
really
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't work as the intro to him, but like
No.
something on this level of quality would have
Yeah,
gotten me
yeah.
way more interested and engaged with him.
We actually get to
sooner.
see him do a lot of fights. you
Yeah.
know? No montages.
Yeah.
No time
The
skips.
fight choreography is good and feels believable for a man
Yeah.
who was in the military.
It's really good.
Yeah. We're not stuck in the 40s. Again, what a shit time period.
Yeah.
The only good thing that happened was the fight against the Pillarmen. But you guys have any extra thoughts?
I love this movie more
Good
than
movie.
it's very good.
Okay. So let's talk about the swears. I was thinking that would go. in our most wild segment here, called
Language.
So let me pull it up for you. We have a total of 16 swears. And let me tell you, I was getting real worried as I was taking notes on these. I was getting real worried because the first 7 of these swears are within the first 30 minutes.
Holy
of the movie.
shit.
Oh my god.
And I was sweating. I was like, oh no.
God damn.
But luckily they slowed down quite a bit. So we have 3 hard swears and 13 soft swears. So 3
Damn.
less than Cap 1 on the soft swears and 2 more than Cap 1 on the hard swears.
They like cursing in these Cat movies, huh?
Good.
They really do.
I mean, yeah, man. Okay.
So let's go through them. You know how it goes now?
Yeah. I'm excited.
At 12:41, Steve Rogers goes.
Rumlow needed your help. What the hell are you doing here?
At 13:23, Steve Rogers goes.
You're damn right.
And Natasha looked very hurt after he
Yeah,
said that.
that's true. That's true.
At 17:42, Nick Fury goes.
Shield takes the world as it is, not as we'd like it to be. And it's getting damn near past time for you to get with that program, Cap.
Man, Steve got his hands on his belt buckle in that scene. You guys see that? He stands the fuck up.
At 23:29, Douglas Rockwell says.
Like, how the hell did a French pirate manage to hijack a covert shield vessel in broad daylight?
At 24:54, Nick Fury says.
Then we'll both be damn glad those helicarriers aren't in the air.
At 26:12, Sam Wilson says.
Nothing we hadn't done 1,000 times before. Till RPG knocked Riley's dumbass out of the sky.
At 26:36, Sam goes.
The number of people giving me orders is down to about 0. So hell yeah.
At 28:25, Nick Fury goes.
Then reboot, damn it!
At 1:15:46, Jasper Sitwell goes.
Bank records, medical histories, voting patterns, emails, phone calls, your damn SAT scores.
Get off my screen, shitwell.
At 1:22:35, James Buchanan Barnes goes.
Who the hell is Bucky?
What? Who the hell is Buggy?
At 1:26:27, Nick Fury says.
About damn time.
And immediately right after, at 1:26:31, he also says.
Lacerated spinal column, cracked sternum, shattered collarbone, perforated liver. One hell of a headache.
Not a headache.
Oh no.
At 1:37:04, Douglas Rockwell says.
You smug son of a bitch.
I mean, he is Robert Redford.
And at 1:42:06, Sam Wilson says.
Oh, dude, he's so cool.
At 1:52:23, Sam Wilson says.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah! Woo, woo!
And last but not least, Brock Rumlow at 1:57:23 says.
Yeah, get fucked.
Die, Scumlow. Let's go.
Scumlow, I like that.
I do my
So,
best.
That is it for the swear words. Let's move into the connections. So lots of connections to a couple different movies. Starting with, well, at the mini board here, of course, Sitwell coming back from Thor and Avengers. We got mention of Stark getting stuck in the blades during Avengers. We get the Captain America exhibit, which is just full of shit that I have to go through.
I mean, you could just say the entire Captain America exhibit.
There's a lot of it there. Camp Lehigh, where Cap trained, the flagpole, his past self. The flagpole is not the same flagpole, obviously. The photo of Howard Stark and Peggy, Arnim Zola, Senator Stern from Iron Man 2, mention of Bruce Banner, Bucky's back. Bucky having flashback to when he fell off the train. Avengers Tower, which is our first official look at it, but pointing back to Avengers. President Ellis. Stark Industries HR, that funny line that Happy had in fucking 3, Loki's Scepter. Stuff like that. So obviously this movie connects to back on the big board. I didn't make any of these assets yet because I cut these way too close. I could have made my time better. But obviously connects to Avengers. Not a direct sequel. No, I would say it's kind of a direct sequel, but not really. Obviously links back to Captain America 1. Indirect references to Iron Man, like 2, maybe even 3. And stuff like that. It's all gonna work out when you see it. Just don't worry about me explaining it right now without actually seeing it. So let's go into our rankings.
Yo!
Shawn, you want to go first?
I can. Captain America: The Winter Soldier for me is a 5 out of 5 movie. I love it so much. I always enjoy watching it, and it is at the top of my ranking of the movies. It is number 1.
All right, Shibuya.
So, of every movie in the MCU, I thought long and hard about it, and I think there are 2 movies in particular that like can stand alone as fucking good cinema. Not even just good Marvel movies, just good cinema. And this is one of those movies. It is a 10 out of 10. It is top of my list.
All right. I guess I'm the outlier here. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It's going to be 3rd on my list.
Really?
I think it's really good. I think I get lost a little bit with all the social commentary stuff.
That's fair.
That stuff goes a little over my head because I'm dumb.
Oh, I don't think you're dumb.
You can say it, Shawn. It's okay.
I don't think you're dumb. That's the nicest thing I'm ever gonna say
Shawn,
about you.
Social commentary is not going to be everybody's thing.
No, yeah,
That's the problem.
I don't. I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's. Yes, like Shibuya said, it's not everybody's thing, but I don't think that means you're dumb.
So it's number 3. I think for me at least, I think Avengers has a lot more for me there in terms of like it. Obviously, the fight scenes aren't as good as this movie.
More heroes, though, more characters.
Iron Man 1's definitely just a lot more fun in general.
Fair.
Plus, it has the GOAT, Terrence Howard. He's coming back, everyone. Just you wait and I'm just dead.
Next time, baby.
Next time. And I did repost.
When he flies out the hole in Secret War, you'll all be sorry.
I did repost my ranking, and I'm going to try to continue to do it in the Discord because I always forget what other people have.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll repost mine as well. Let me screenshot.
I'm gonna try to keep reposting it whenever we update it.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. God, movie's so fucking good.
It's so good. It's for me. It's the fight choreography.
Yeah.
It's the fucking plot. The fact that this is a 2-hour, 20-minute movie and it doesn't feel like it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
To the pacing, to the story, to the balance of comedy and seriousness. The fact that this is the introduction of the Winter Soldier and Hail Hydra.
I won't lie,
This was just a turning point in the MCU, I think.
I won't lie, though. It might have a little bit for me. It might have some tough competition 2 weeks from now. We're hitting.
Really?
We're hitting 5 out of 5.
What about next week or next 2 weeks when we do Guardians?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what you meant.
That's what I meant. Guardians is for me. Yeah. You'll see when we talk about Guardians, but that's another movie that I adore.
That's another one I haven't seen in a hot minute, so I'll have to see how I feel coming back to it, especially after the stuff with Infinity War and Endgame.
But we're halfway through phase 3 or phase 2 already. Not phase 3. That'd be crazy. Phase 2.
Yeah, that would be nuts, dude.
After this, this is halfway through because we've got Guardians, Age of Ultron, and then Ant-Man.
Guardians, Age of Ultron, yeah.
Yeah. I
Almost
forgot
done.
Ant-Man was
With
part
phase
of phase 2. I'll be real.
Yeah, it really
I thought
should
it
have
was
That's how
been.
they
I
end
thought
it.
it was the start of 3.
Yeah, it should be. You're right. It should be, but for some reason.
So, we don't really do news all the time.
No. A
But
bunch
it does
of
suck that a lot of those movies get delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a ton of shit coming out though. You
That's
know,
true.
like it's not like oh no, we're not gonna look. Tyler, it's not like me with fucking Star Wars where they delayed one movie and now it's gonna be like 6 or 7 years before there's a movie for Star Wars. You know, there's still gonna be like 3 a year, even though the ones I was looking forward to that 6-month wait between Avengers movies, but I never thought that was realistic. So,
I'm just more upset about Deadpool than anything else. in
but
that list.
Deadpool really didn't get moved that far. 2 months.
Yeah. That's still 2 months.
Deadpool
Yeah.
was already going to be 08 though, Tyler.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to keep that in mind.
If I look at like
No, I want it now. Put it out right now.
if I look at the movies that shifted, I would say that probably the one I'm most upset about is Blade, just because that like
Yeah, they're having some troubles over Blade.
Blade was
Blade Industries.
a big push, and it was them going, "Hey, we were about to shoot, but we're not going to." And last time that happened, it was Multiverse of Madness. So I'm like,
Well, hopefully they figure all that stuff out.
yeah.
But until they do, Shawn, where can people find you?
They can find me on this podcast talking about Marvel movies and also on Twitter at Shawn_AFK.
What about your Twitch? You stream, Shawn.
I do. I'm on Twitch as well. I tweet when I go live on Twitch. I'm twitch.tv/Shawn_AFK, I think. Hang on. I don't know. Hang on.
Yeah,
Hang on.
double check
Yep.
your shit. my
Yep,
guy.
it is _AFK.
You don't have it prepped? What the hell?
I never plug my Twitch because I barely stream. I'm trying to
But you
do
do
more,
stream.
yeah.
You're an affiliate now, Shawn. You got to plug your
But
Twitch.
I have awesome emotes. You guys should go get my emotes. Sub them to me. Give me your money. I was like, you guys should go get my emotes because my emotes are really good. And then I remembered the only way they can get them is if they subscribe to me. And I was like, I don't want you guys to do that though because I'm so erratic in my stream schedule. But Shawn Sag is one of my emotes, and it's really fucking
$5
good.
a month is a small price to pay
Yeah.
to a single streamer for good emotes.
If you have time to watch, you have time to give him $5.
Just
If you
don't
have
go to
time to watch-
Starbucks, dude.
If you have time to watch, you have time to give us a collective $15 of your money monthly
Yeah.
to get all of our banger emotes, bro.
Dude,
we got
I just
some
got 2 new emotes.
absolute classics. I finally filled out my last free emote slot, and man, it's a good one.
It's me sagging. It's really good.
Speaking of your emote slots, Shibuya, where can people find you?
Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Just look up Shibuya Gato. You'll find it. I run a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast, and we're in GX now. If people want to listen to us react to GX, dub and sub, so you get the bad dub writing and you get the funny sub bullshit all in one.
So
Damn.
I have a question because I haven't listened to any of the GX episodes yet, so I don't know if you addressed this.
Okay,
Because it doesn't GX have like a whole season that never got
a
dubbed?
whole season that is not dubbed.
Yeah,
which
season 3,
so-
right?
at that point, season 4.
Season 4. Fuck.
Season 4, yeah. So that we're just watching in sub.
Okay,
We're
so,
wa-
yeah.
We have people watching both sub and dub up until that point, however.
Okay,
So
okay.
people will get both parts of the experience, and that way they're not completely lost when we stop going from "you hear me, Schmaden" to
Yeah.
dead serious bullshit.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. I need to actually watch GX all the way through, but that's a different story for
It's a
different
fucking
day.
trip, let me tell you. I'm 15 episodes in, it's wild.
I just always love the concept of like it's like Harry Potter, but with dueling, and Jaden's like really good.
Yeah, he just fucking loves his heroes, you know, like Marvel superheroes. Let's go,
I
that's
play
the
it.
tie.
You know, I play a heroes deck, and, you know, the heroes keep getting love, so
Yeah,
obviously
those
he's
heroes
doing
have gotten
something
a
right.
shocking amount of support over the years. I'm stunned.
So you can find me on Twitter and Twitch and everywhere at Tyler Rims. That's TYLERTYLERIMS. Especially on Twitch, where a week from hearing this will be close to me and Shawn streaming Gotham Knights,
Yo!
I'm playing Nightwing.
and I'm going to be playing Robin, Tim Drake. Shawn thinks it's a bit. It's not a bit. I'm going to play bisexual icon Tim Drake.
Let's go!
I mean, yeah, but yeah. I
listen, no.
I don't believe you is the thing, because I believe that as soon as we start the game, you're gonna be like, actually, I want to play Nightwing too. And then if I go, you know what, then fine, I'll play Tim Drake. You're gonna go, you know what? Actually, Tim Drake does sound like a good idea.
Tyler, you should start the playthrough for an hour just doing that, and then settle on your original plan, which is to play Tim Drake.
Tyler wants to ruin my immersion.
No, Tyler wants to make good content. Is what Tyler wants to do.
That's true.
That is good
right.
content.
You're right.
You can also find me on another podcast called fucking Overpowered. I talked about it earlier. I don't know how I forgot about it. Where me and my friend Korn watch anime. We're currently watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Demon Slayer. We're almost done with both of those. Well, at least part 2 of JoJo. She's watching subbed. I watch in dub. Ooh. And it's a nice fun time. I fucking hooked her with the JoJo. She's in, but I'm curious to see how she reacts to part 3 when things just fucking change.
Oh yeah, I'm very curious to hear reactions to certain things in part 3, especially.
But that's where you can find me. And for this podcast, you can follow MCUnhinged on Twitter at MCUnhinged. You can also find us on Anchor at anchor.fm/MCU-unhinged. You can also find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and also, if we're not in a place that you listen to, come over to the Anchor page, copy that RSS feed, plug it into your podcast app of choice, and we will pop up there regularly for you. All right, so next time you hear us, we'll be covering Guardians of the Galaxy. The voice of Mario himself, Chris Pratt.
Jesus Christ.
The blue girl from Avatar.
Mr.
The wrestler
Fast
Batista.
and the Furious.
Yeah, Mr. Fast and Furious family himself, Dom Toretto.
Yeah.
And the guy from The Hangover.
God, no. Fuck, I forgot Bradley Cooper voices Rocket. Shit.
Should I say the A-Team? He's in the A-Team too.
He's also in the bad A-Team reboot. You're right.
He's
I
also
remember watching that movie.
the really sad singer in A Star Is Born.
Yeah. Don't talk about that.
And the blue girl she's blue in this movie, but there was the no. The blue girl in this movie that was the Doctor's companion.
Yeah, Amy Pond from Doctor Who. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about fucking
Nebula.
Sister.
Yes.
What?
Nebula.
Did you just? What's her name? Nebula. We'll talk about this next time.
I also did, but I was paying attention.
Isn't she also in Jumanji?
To speak.
Yes, also in Jumanji.
Yeah, true. Yeah. You know who else is in Jumanji?
Jack
Black from Mario movie. We're bringing it back. Let's go.
Yeah, the main character of Brutal Legend, baby. Oh, we're talking about Bowser?
I mean, you're also right about that.
All right, we're getting out of here. Fucking fuck off. Get out of here. Leave.
Go listen to some Tenacious D. Culture yourself. It's not relevant to Guardians, but culture yourself.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want to edit the opening sequence to Guardians now, but it's him listening to the fucking that one Tenacious D song that's goo gee fligga giga giga fligga fligga a fligga giga gee. I think that'd be really good.
This dad music. Let's unbox that for a minute.
You know what? Actually, it wasn't a dab. I lied.
You lied.
It was
You're
a
lying
whip.
to your
I'm sorry.
Wow,
I'm sorry.
This is
it was
why
a
I
whip.
have trust issues.
It was a half whip. I'm sorry.
It was half a whip.
It was half of a whip.
The thing you do before you nene?
Yeah. It was half of that.
Okay.
I was like, I think I said pretty good or something. And so pretty was like the setup part of it, right? And then good was like the part where you whip, you know?
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
No.
No, I get it.
Yeah, you get what I'm talking about,
I'm
right?
visualizing it in my head, like, pretty good? Like, I just did it. You can
exactly.
see it, but...
Like, pretty, you've got, like, palm facing up, right? And then good, the palm goes down.
That's...
Mal, I'm trying to record.
Mal, we are podcasting. Come on. Be professional.
I'm telling the podcast about the half whip I just did. Okay, but you know the set up part of the whip, right?
Welcome to us
Versus
leaking our
the
DMs.
actual whip.
Yeah.
Like the setup is when the palm is face up.
Sean,
you do the
she
actual
will not know
whip.
what the fuck you're
No,
saying.
no, what I'm saying makes sense.
I get it.
No,
The
you
whip-
get it
yeah.
because he can explain it to you with his voice right now, and
No,
he
no,
can
no.
kind of elaborate in text with no cues from Sean vocally.
No, I think it
She's
makes
not
sense.
going to get it.
I think it makes sense still. Like
Yeah,
palm
that
is face up, then you do the actual whip. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just glad Ryuji does the whip and Nene in Persona
Oh,
5.
I
DayZ.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That does
King
happen.
shit.
I laughed the first time I saw it.
It's
'cause
so
I just wasn't
funny.
expecting him to
Is-
fucking
I love
hit the
Ryuji, dude. He
Nene.
rocks.
Is it king shit when I do it in the podcast? Or do I not get the Ryuji coolness buff?
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. When
No.
Ryuji
Yeah.
does
You're
it,
like
it's
an
cool.
83, Ryuji's like a 28. You know?
Are you saying I'm the Moon Knight to Ryuji's Miss Marvel?
Yeah, as far as that list goes, I think that list is wrong.
I think it's
but-
pretty accurate. I don't know.
For context, viewers at home, if this doesn't get cut out of the full fucking episode, we were talking about.
No, don't worry, it won't. I mean, anything that goes before the episode, if it's not for the preview, I usually just slap it on at the end.
All right, fair enough.
Some of the
So we were
stuff is
talking
good.
about the Rotten Tomatoes ranks of like all the TV shows that have come out this year, and Miss Marvel, pretty high, like pretty fucking high.
Yeah,
And then
deservedly so.
She-Hulk is somehow above Moon Knight.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
doesn't
going
make
on
any
there. I'm not gonna. I don't know what's going on there. I can't
Like-
even.
like-
I can't even. Yeah.
For reference, Miss Marvel is like what 28, like in the top 30. Of the year?
Yeah. If I may be able to pull up the list, but yeah, it was like 28 or something like that.
Yeah, and then She-Hulk and Moon Knight are like within 10 spots of each other, but it's She-Hulk is 70 something and Moon Knight is 80 something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Moon
that doesn't
Knight.
make it. With the amount of people I've heard talk about She-Hulk over this past week, like not just like the weird internet people, but like podcasters and stuff.
Spoilers
no
for
way, dude.
She-Hulk in 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. That's what we call the Daredevil buff.
That's true.
Spoilers over. You're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, Moon Knight's at 83, or is
By
number.
the time you hear this, She-Hulk will be over for a week.
Yeah. Moon Knight's number 83 on the list. She-Hulk is number 77 on the list. And then if I scroll way up to the front where Miss Marvel deserves to be, Miss Marvel is number 28.
Yeah, like you would think the Moon Knight would get the Oscar Isaac buff.
You would
You'd think
think
that
so.
would be
You
a
would think.
powerful
You would
force.
think so.
And then it just didn't.
But also, Sean told me Miss Marvel's above Peacemaker.
It is.
Ain't no way.
It
dude.
is.
Really?
Ain't no
Yeah,
way. Peacemaker is so good.
Peacemaker is really good.
Huh.
It's also above The Boys Presents Diabolical.
I've never seen it.
Wait, where is The Boys season 3 on this, I wonder?
I treat it like I treat Marvel cartoons. It doesn't matter to me.
The Boys is above Miss Marvel. The Boys is number 23.
Oh,
Huh.
finally some right in the world.
Eventually I will catch up with the boys. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, once
It's a
Egg
lot.
shuts the fuck up.
It's a lot.
They're dense sittings, so I just have to be like in. Because I did like 4 episodes in a single shot one day, and I was like,
Yeah. Ooh.
"Oh, that's dense."
I don't know how you
Oh,
recover
See,
from that.
Me
you
and
take
Shawn-
a break of like a month.
Yeah.
Me and Shawn watched 2 episodes together of season 1, and then I was like, I need some more of that shit right fucking now. So the rest of that night, I watched the remainder of the season.
I get it.
I think I ended it at like 4 a.m. and then I hopped into Fortnite with Shawn and Dragon. We won our first game
Yo, nice.
with
It's-
the boys buff.
It's
You know,
so funny because I fucking I just did like the I need to finish this off in a single sitting thing
Mhm.
with Cyberpunk Edge Runners yesterday. Because
Mhm.
I finally
Oh.
started it and I was like, I've heard this shit's good. It's a trigger joint. I need to get on that. And yes, it is good. It's only 10 episodes and it's anime, so it's like 23-minute episodes.
yeah.
But goddamn, what a good fucking story. It's not going to be for everybody, but holy shit.
Are you gonna get back into the game? Are you
I
hopping back
did
in?
not get into the
Have you
game.
been wooed?
I read up I read up on like how they're connected, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I wasn't interested in hopping in initially, and I'm not interested in hopping in now. So they didn't trick me.
They didn't trick you. Good
They
shit.
didn't trick you. They didn't gaslight you.
This has been a big. This has been a big flag that Tyler's been carrying recently. He refuses to get gaslit by an anime.
That's true. I refuse.
Look, no matter how much they pay Studio Trigger to save the game, like it's
I
not a
love
matter of
Studio
saving the
Trigger.
game. It's a matter of like I have better things to do than play Cyberpunk 2077.
Like when
playing
I watch Star
Overwatch.
Wars, whatever that
Visions.
anthology series,
Visions.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna watch the Trigger episodes.
Yeah. They're good.
And that's it.
They're good
Because
episodes.
they're like one of my favorite anime studios,
Yeah, Trigger is fucking top tier.
aside from like Production ID or whatever. IG.
IG, yeah.
IG-88? It's a Star Wars.
Sure.
Star Wars robot.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars character.
Let's go with that.
It's a Star Wars character.
Okay, well, now that Sean's brought up Star Wars, let's just.
What do you mean
get into
I
the
brought up Star Wars?
Now that Sean brought up Star Wars, let's just prepare for the episode.
What does that mean?
Hype
How do we
yourself up.
prepare for... Oh, okay. Yeah. This is my favorite bit of the episode every time.